I want to talk about futures daily options today, and it's something I never used much when I was trading in Chicago at a prop firm, or even much at all, because they mostly only had weekly options when I was trading more futures during the day. And I've been in and out of that after steadily doing it for about 10 or 12 years. I took a break and I was kind of bigger picture for a while, and I'm back in it a little bit more now. And so the way I would describe it for me is I spent so much time studying screen recordings and key events and just big moves, just got really intimate with how does a big move look? How does a retracement look? When you have a theme that you think it's going to go up or down, how does it look when it turns? Does it look different when it fails? And I'd have all these checklists and I would look at them and just kind of get them into my memory. So then I had a lot of really good years just using those skills because I really perfected and studied how certain products acted when moves were going down on something stupid or they were actually something real. I could kind of tell in the order flow a lot. And then I learned to use other correlations in other markets to kind of augment that or to kind of maybe poo-poo it that it didn't matter as much. And then that became a bigger part of my trading was the thematic, like looking at the bonds, looking at the dollar, understanding the themes, people getting stuck doing something that, should work but is not working and knowing that they're jammed up. And I still use that thinking a lot. But my point is a lot of that stuff sort of got took away the last, I don't know, like slowly been going away as things get more automated, more machined. So one of the things that I'm left with is I have all these years of market knowledge and 15, 20 years now actually, or more, a little bit over 20 of looking at S&P futures. So I have a good feel for it and I oftentimes can understand where it might go during the day, but the path there has been so treacherous that the futures, you end up getting chewed up trying to scalp your way in and out to an objective that you see. And that's why I was into the bigger picture stuff for a while, which I still am doing that too on the side. But this podcast is about futures options because I think that what they took away from all the and things change, right? It's not like I'm salty about it, but you learn something, you study it, and then it goes away. And it comes back on certain days, but a lot of times, generally speaking, all that work I put in to watch the order books and to learn that stuff doesn't matter as much as it used to. And I've said this many times, but what they took away in market, skills that I developed, they added back with futures options, daily futures options, because now there's opportunities during the day where if you think there's a good chance in the next couple hours we're going to do this. So when it's really far away from whatever this is, sometimes your futures options are very cheap and you're locked in and you know your risk. So you're just like, I'm risking 2 points or 1.5 in the S&P or NASDAQ, whatever you're trading, any product. And if I'm right, I make 10, I make 5, I make 20, whatever it is. Whereas sometimes in the futures, what would happen is I try that trade 3 times, I get out of 3 losers, and the trade works out, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is infinitely frustrating. Hard to move your size up that way. So in some ways, the game's changed that way, where if you can have an idea about the direction and you're patient, there's just a lot more to do to manage your risk. And if you make less money on options, but you risk less, you can actually move your size up more because just by virtue of losing less money, you need to make less to go up because you can control the downside. Which back when I was starting, not that it matters, but just so you know, I could lean on the book and say, oh, there's a big bid under me, or I can feel it kind of click out when it would roll, and like you could just feel and massage your way in and out of stuff. Now it's just like they just wipe the book out 4 points, and everyone knows how it is now. It's different. So this is a way to kind of eliminate some of that. So the market knowledge skills and the directional skills don't go away. They might be. It's a little harder than it used to be, I think, sometimes to find to key in on ideas, but there's still a lot of things that show up that I see, but they don't show up. The path there is harder. So in come the daily futures options, they're exploding in volume. I think they're going to come to all markets eventually. I know gold and oil and others, some of the metals are 3 days a week, but it seems like it's unstoppable trend, and I think it's a really good trend for a lot of us, even if you're longer than a day, just to manage your risk better and not feel frustrated that you don't get paid on your idea. It's really frustrating to do research and have an idea or believe in something, and then you just keep getting beat up, and then it works out. We've all been there. So anyways, that's really all I have to say, is just look into it if you're interested in it. If you're intimidated by it because it's not your thing, just go on, and we have all the knowledge in the world now, just videos and GPT and just basics. You don't even have to get complex. You don't even need to do, you can do put spreads, call spreads. You don't even have to do all that stuff. You could literally just do puts and calls, and you get better and better about how to do it, to apply the maximum leverage to your position and manage your risk. And so I've been doing a lot of that the last, I think, 6 to 9 months. This started a lot in early 2023, which I was not doing it. I was doing other things, but I'm on it now. So it's been kind of brought back to breathe life into some of the things that I stopped doing because of the volatility. So give it a try.